Baby! $100,000 liquidated in one fucking day, right when I was sleeping. I was constantly adding margin to my big time loan. It didn't work out, unfortunately. It's quite interesting that when I was adding margin to bread, it actually did work out. So your anonymous teams who are pushing meme coins, they are more trustworthy than fucking useless VCs in this space. I was entering my big time loan at 0.18. I get liquidated, like my liquidation point was 0.1 or 11 or something. This is so crazy in the first place. But we're not here to talk about big time loan. We're here to talk about how you should approach the current market. We are here to talk about value to you because let's be honest, you don't fucking care in the first place. I get liquidated, I get not liquidated. Why the fuck should you care, right? We'll talk about psychology, what I've done with my big time loan when it's liquidated now, right? Maybe I re-entered already. And what my thought process right there, what you should be doing in the current market. Should you be selling everything and just leaving? Is it just like a reversal where we are going down when stocks are actually reaching all-time highs, right? I will tell you exactly what is happening on the marketplace currently. And we will also go through ND on Blast because let's be honest, consistent 30% days, it's not even funny at this stage. Everything is dumping, everything is going down. ND on Blast just shows 30% consistent upward price action. But we are not here to even talk about this because I do understand that a lot of people are sidelined currently. By the way, that this 60k sales candle was actually bought yesterday. It was bought in no time. I do understand that a lot of people are sidelined. They're actively checking out the chart. They want this thing to go down so that they can buy in more. I will actually provide you with price targets, with levels. I will explain what is happening on the chart and where you should be entering and what is your upside. Because frankly speaking, does it matter where you enter? Don't be fucking me. I saw bread at 5 million. I thought that I was late. I saw bread at 8 million. I was late. I saw bread at 20 million. Right, it's probably going to correct. I saw bread at 120 million. I thought, man, right now it's definitely correcting. I saw bread at 400 million and I thought, man, we will be correcting moving forward. Imagine I would have just entered at that levels. And what it led to is that I was a salty bitch for 4 months, just checking out everyone else, making money, making gains, receiving the profits, right? And me, I was just a salty bitch. Don't be like me. It does not matter where you enter if your upside is enormous. So you have to understand the upside, you have to understand liquidity flows, and you have to understand where you are entering in the first place. Let's actually start. And here's our chart of ND on Blast. We are at 34 million market cap at this stage. You have to understand what is happening on the chart in order to actually figure out where are we going moving forward. Right now, you can vividly see that we are actually trading around the resistance of previous all-time high. We definitely spent some time in this level and we are facing certain resistance here. What does it mean? It means that people who are buying early, they do understand that on the chart we are actually facing a resistance here, so they might want to decide to try sell a bit of their position, take a bit of profits. We do also have people from March who are actually buying right here. They are just in pain from holding this asset for so much time, and they just decide they want to sell, they want to leave. This is the only thing that's going up in the marketplace. Let me just sell. This is exactly how you win in the market. You take your winning assets that are doing 6-7x's in the downward market price action when everything is going to shit. You take this asset and you sell it. This is how you win in the marketplace, right? And the reason that price actually stays at the same level is because all these people that are taking profits or are selling out of pain, there are a bunch of people who are actually buying out their supply because they're thinking that upside here is very nice, that my entry point is quite nice. I am underexposed. I want to have a larger supply of this thing when we are at the billions. I want to be able to tell my grandkids, hey grandpa, why we have 15 cars, 17 airplanes, 3 submarines, 40 houses, and we actually own Antarctica, the continent. And these people won't be able to say, because I actually was doubling down into Indian Blast at $34 million before the biggest meme crypto bubble in history, before Blast actually became second chain by total value locked and actually acquired the amount of liquidity similar to what Ethereum has. These are smart people. But if you want to actually enter this thing, I will give you several entries, right? We definitely see this range, this level, around 0.31. This is the bottom of our support. Every time the chart actually taps this support line, this is a generational entry. This is the entry for the next leg up. This is the best thing you can actually have. If chart ever would actually wick down back into the range, this would be generational entry one more time. Why I have this blue zone right here? Because this is the demand. This is where people were buying out the asset for long-term hold. I really doubt we will ever go back to actually this level. But if we would ever be there, just know that's the best type of thing, the best type of entry you can actually get for yourself. We do also have this bottom of the range, 0.22. I don't think as well that we would ever actually be there. Just see someone bought $9.6 thousand worth of Indian Blast. What a chat. It's easily multiple six figures. In best case scenario, it can't even be seven figures, even from here. Why I'm saying these things is because upside is just enormous at this stage. You do have to understand that we are not even at all-time highs at this stage. We still have 42% movement to actually go to all-time highs from the current levels. And if we would check out from the support, our support at the top of the range, we have 54%. I don't say these things often, but these are pretty much just free money in the first place. This is a great safe entry because you have to understand, back in April, when we were at all-time high, we did not have airdrop happening, right? And this pump that happened in May, it happened in anticipation of the airdrop. We were at these highs 3 weeks before the anticipated airdrop. You have to understand these things. We still have 9 more days to go, and the most explosive moves, most upward crazy price action will be happening based on FOMO from people who would be entering closer and closer to the airdrop. You can see we are trending #1 on the DEX screen right now as Blast meme coins. We are larger than PAC. Andy is the largest meme coin on Blast currently. Imagine how much liquidity will actually be going into Andy once we will have $2 billion plus airdrop in less than 9 days. But we have to focus on the chart as well because I need to provide you with your upside, right? So I do expect for us to spend some time in this range. Obviously, no one knows. I kind of have this feeling in my gut that the market should be reversing quite soon, right? We might be spending some time in this range, but you have to understand that in this movement, right, this movement, we almost have no resistance. Most of the resistance is here, and that's why right now we are actually trading in this range, right? But once we surge up, there is no resistance, close to zero resistance right here. And all this movement, it's just crazy in the first place. Like once this thing will be happening, it won't be stopping in the first place. We might have some resistance at the top, and that's why I essentially have this type of price movement here. Some people might be taking profits. Well, they will miss out a lot. The reason I'm actually trying to explain these things to you is it's not because like I want to force you like to buy in, to hold. I will just buy your supply. I will just buy your supply myself. If you would be selling, if you would be doing these things, I generally want to expose you to the great opportunity. This is like if me myself would be coming back to Stan when he saw Brad at $5 million market cap and just telling him to buy in the first place, like we size, enter with size. I would be very, very grateful to this type of person. This is exactly what is happening currently. This is the same narrative. In my opinion, this layer 2 is even crazier than base. And we are seeing volumes trading up currently on this thing. Pacman, the founder of Blast, is sharing this on his Twitter. Blast activity has been silently growing and hitting new all-time highs. In life, you have lagging metrics and leading metrics. Price is a lagging metric. Price is the result of all the things that are happening in the ecosystem. This is leading metric. Activity is actually a leading metric. This actually means that price, which is a lagging metric, will catch up eventually. This is the easiest thing you can even trade based on in this market. You see activity going up, you see assets, they're not even back at their all-time highs yet. You understand that there will be an airdrop. You understand that there will be additional liquidity. This is a safe trade, even at these levels. And I'm not telling you this as someone who is just pumping his bags, right? I bought $50,000, $52,000 worth of Endion Blast yesterday, strictly because of this reason. Strictly because I think that this is a very, very nice investment at these current levels. I do think that market still underestimates. Market still doesn't see these things. It's just so crazy in the first place. You have to be selling, you have to be thinking about exiting when there is close to zero upside left. Close to zero upside left is when the thesis is being discussed everywhere. It's accepted. Everyone, like your largest influencers, are talking about this thesis in the first place. They have to talk about these things because they need to attract large amount of audience, right? This is when the thesis get priced in and when you actually need to take profits. We are so far from there. Marketing did not even started for this thing in the first place. We are not even on centralized exchanges currently. This is the purest piece of alpha I can only share from my end. Never sell any blast on Thruster. Only sell it on Binance. Phew. This is the easiest thing that you can actually have. Do you think that the largest meme on Blast, which will be the largest Ethereum layer 2, will not be on Binance? This is a very, very easy type of thought process. This is how you win in the marketplace. You buy before it is on Binance. You sell once it is on Binance. You sell a chunk because valuations will become so fucking crazy in a full bull market. Thruster is a DEX on Blast, right? And I want to revisit our targets. I want to show you one more time why it's still so early. Not speaking about fundamentals, just pure charts in the first place, right? We have to measure what are our targets for the wave number 3. Level 1 is a conservative one. It's just around previous all-time high. That's not how wave 3 actually structured in the first place. Wave 3 are the largest, most explosive movements of the assets. Right here you can see the target price goal of 0.87, which is around 3x from here. We are still just surging up right there. If you don't want to be that conservative, and I would honestly put it at 2.618. And the reason for that is because fundamentals are there. It's just so crazy in the first place, with the billions of dollars in airdrop coming, with blast volumes picking up, with this crazy narrative in the first place, with all the reasoning, all the points that I actually gave to you. It's actually a bet, a leverage bet on CZ 2.0 of this cycle. You have to understand this is the exact bet that made $130 million last cycle to Luke Belmar and Andrew Tate. This is our target for the wave number 3. It's 4x from here. That's why I actually bought $52,000 worth of Endion Blast just yesterday. This is just so crazy to see these things in the first place. Let's check our target for the correction for the wave 4, right? 0.382. Even your low on the correction, it would be 3x from here, which is so crazy in the first place. And let's finally figure out the target for the wave number 5, which is pretty much just the top for the first explosive movement of the whole thing. Your conservative target would be 1, which is $2.2 at this stage. This is 8x's, 7x's from here. Your alright target, like most realistic target, not conservative, is $3, which is like 8, 9, 10x from here. And with all the craziness happened, because You need to understand this thing, it can easily go to billions with the airdrop. Like, I'm not joking, I'm not fucking insane, I'm not trying to push you to something, I'm just sharing a great opportunity myself. It can be in billions even with the airdrop. Imagine we push it to 100, 150, 200 million till the airdrop, and one more time, the most explosive movement will be happening based on FOMO of people who would be entering closer to airdrop. Because you need to understand the actual logic of the things that will be happening. The airdrop will be happening. A bunch of people will be screaming about blast goals, about how much money they actually made or how much gold they have. And they will be sharing projections. Or I'll probably be making $150,000. I'll probably be making $40,000. I'll probably be making $500,000. And you need to understand that people who will be making the most money, the reason they would be making the most money is because they have the follow and they have referrals that allow them to farm this airdrop, this amount of gold. Therefore, this would be a large account on Twitter and on YouTube as well, sharing these things in the first place. They will be causing FOMO, and people will be seeing like, shit, I was able to farm this thing for free and I did not, and this guy will be receiving $60,000 and I will be receiving nothing. What I can do, how I can actually outperform this airdrop. This is how they will outperform this airdrop. They will be buying the largest meme token on the chain, following Pepper narrative, yellow character on yellow chain, mascot of Blast. With zero market in this stage, we are such an underdog currently. You cannot even understand. It's pretty much just me talking about these things. It's exactly the same situation when I was screaming about Bobo for 3 months. Go check out first video on this channel. Go check out second video on this channel. They were published in December of 2023. I was screaming about Bobo right there. We were at the bottoms. Nothing was happening. This is similar situation right now. You are staying before billions of dollars of liquidity based on FOMO. Based on FOMO and greed and lust. Like, they would want to outperform this airdrop. This is just so crazy to see. $4 is, to a certain extent, with all the fundamentals, with the fact that it's a meme coin, it's still quite a conservative target in the first place. $4 is pretty much 12x's from here, which would turn my $52,000 that I bought yesterday into $600,000. An interesting thing is that I actually expect this to happen in the upcoming 3 weeks. And imagine if on top of that, market will actually start to reverse, because I do have a feeling it will actually start to reverse. And imagine that on top of that, Ethereum will start surging up. Do you see this pair? Do you see that Indian Blast is paired to Ethereum? Of course, it's paired to Ethereum. It's a token in Ethereum ecosystem. It's your Ethereum beta in the first place as well. It's just that the market cap is low at this stage. It follows a crazy narrative, and it has a bunch of airdrops in the first place, with all the incentives, with all the things that I explained to you in the first place. It's a very, very simple logic. Right now, someone is throwing 1 Ethereum into Indian Blast. Alright, it's $3,500. In a month, someone would be throwing 1 Ethereum. It would be $5,000 right away. 50% increase. What it will actually do to the chart. Not talking about the airdrop, not talking about FOMO, not talking about the fact that the largest meme token on the chain will always outperform the main token of the chain. That people will be looking to outperform the main token of the chain, the token of Blast, that will be launching in 9 days from now. This is just so crazy to see. I'm showing you the chart, I'm showing you the targets. Even from these entry levels, conservative goal is 12x. It's not going to happen like in 1 week, 2 weeks. This is the estimate for the upcoming months. And this is the exact reason why I put $52,000. It was like not an emotional decision. It was not like some stupid thing. I made multiple 7 figures this cycle already, mostly buying memes, not trading memes. Trading memes, I was mostly losing money, to be honest. I was just buying memes with good narrative, good projects, with good support, and just holding them. I was holding my Bobo. I'm holding my Bobo for like 10 months plus already. And I explained you all the reason behind these things. It's just so crazy to understand and see in the first place. But I'm probably just talking too much. I just wanted to share price update. I just wanted to share a consistent 30% upwards price action. And I wanted to persuade you that you are not fucking late. You are fucking late nowhere. This is exact the situation that I had with Brett. I wish I had this person near me. I wish I trusted this person in the first place. Just buy, don't think, listen to this guy. He knows what he is doing on this market. The asset that is moving through the decline of most of the assets, it will continue move forward because there are reasons it is moving. It's not just me. My media, my channels, my Twitter, they are still quite small. It's people understanding everything, seeing the opportunity and wanting to take advantage of the opportunity. And the fact that this thing is growing in the current market, the fact that this thing is growing when most people are losing money, means that smart money are actually fucking buying. They are accumulating this asset. Again, we did not have success. We did not have marketing. Nothing. It's such an underdog at this stage. This is so crazy to understand and see. So, speaking about my big time loan, as you can see, there is no older loan right now. I actually re-entered. I used $20,000 as margin with 5x leverage, so my position should be around $100,000 at this stage. I'm up $400, which is very, very nice at this stage. And I get liquidated out of $100,000 pretty much today. When I woke up today, I saw the chart of big time. I understood that probably I actually got liquidated in the first place. I checked out my exchanges and yeah, unfortunately I got liquidated. You have to work with your mind in this type of situation. Obviously, you also need to work with your skill, understand what was happening, why you got liquidated in the first place, how to make sure you will not get liquidated moving forward. But with the markets, no one fucking knows. And the person who tells you in the first place, he's probably lying. How I'm seeing this situation, follow my logic. I had $300,000 position that I entered at 0.18, at 18 cents into big time. It got liquidated. I was adding margin. That's why $100,000 of my money actually got liquidated. I re-entered this position. My point of liquidation right now is the new low pretty much. So it needs to print new low, and big time has been printing new lows non-stop. It just does not get tired, you know. But in order for me to get liquidated out of this position, it will have to print a new low. I do like the sentiment because frankly speaking, when I was entering big time loan and all the other loans, well, I was entering a bunch of them, people were probably entering a bunch of them, sentiment definitely was not there. Currently, people are bearish, they're leaving, they're saying like go touch grass and do some things, and I just cannot trade on the market. And it's quite interesting that you are most likely sitting in the asset that is the only one that is going up. This is the advantage because all this positive energy from you making money on Andy, you're actually capable to redistribute on the market, see opportunities, see what is happening. Whilst others are negative, they're feeling emotions, they're living and things like that. This is pure value in the first place as well. Coming back to my thought process. Right now, I have $100,000 exposure position in big time loan, right? If we would be at 18 cents, my position would be at around $170,000, $180,000. From my point of view, it's not that bad. I am content in this situation, right? Yeah, I'll probably be making small amount of money because my position was $300,000 and my position will be, if we would be at that numbers, $200,000, right? But it's still right. I am still content. We go to $1, I'm still making around $1 million on this in the first place. And current market cap of this thing is $100 million at this stage. Couple words about the current situation on the crypto market. I do believe that the thing that is happening currently is a giant bear trap. I do believe it's a giant manipulation. They can't control Bitcoin currently because a bunch of supply of Bitcoin is being held by institutions at this stage. They do understand that the same thing will be happening with Ethereum once Ethereum will get its ETF. Therefore, if they will not be able to control Ethereum, this would mean that they would not be able to do any type of manipulation with altcoins, or their manipulations will eventually be less effective. That's why I would say this is the death agony of a manipulator. He is celebrating the end of these great days where he could just give a call to Binance and say, hey, we have a bunch of loans opened. I will be selling hundreds of thousands of Ethereum. Let's open up some shorts and let's split the profits. These days are over, unfortunately, because these largest institutions, first of all, they're playing their own game. Secondly, they are interested to hold these things long term. People are not buying Bitcoin ETF into their portfolio to sell after 2 months. They have the horizon of planning in 5 years, 10 years in the first place. I do believe this is a giant fucking manipulation that's happening, and to be honest with you, this is a very, very, very bullish manipulation in the first place. The main reason for that is because they have to get as much people as they can out of this rocket. And do you understand that it's happening like 2 weeks before launch of Ethereum ETF? There is no better time. They don't have inflows currently. They don't have inflows they will need to battle in order to dump the price or manipulate the price the way they actually want. They do understand it's up only. The reason I'm showing you S&P 500 chart is because this fucking thing just goes to all-time highs. And crypto market is dumping 2 weeks before the launch of Ethereum ETF. And Bitcoin is not dumping. Why? Because they cannot manipulate Bitcoin anymore. With Ethereum ETF launch, it will be harder for them to manipulate Ethereum as well. But I do actually have a feeling that largest amount of manipulators, they are Ethereum whales in the first place. I think that a lot of Bitcoin whales, they're unfortunately dead at this stage, or they're quite scared, because a lot of people who are public about large holdings of Bitcoin, they are unfortunately dead at this stage for different reasons, which is quite interesting in the first place, if you would ask me. It might sound strange, it might sound counterintuitive. Max loan. Open up your fucking loans. Buy your fucking assets. Allocate. We go down, good. You will just add margin, you will just buy more on spot. Like, you cannot have this type of correlation for a large amount of time. And this is a death agony of a manipulator that we are seeing currently in crypto. He's saying farewell to crypto because he will not be able to continue to control it at the same level, at the same extent. You have to understand these things. An interesting thing why they are doing this with so severeness, with so power at this stage, is because they were trying to do it with Bitcoin several times for the course of the last 6 months. They were trying to drop the price, they were trying to push the price. They just saw it's not moving anymore the same way it was moving before Bitcoin ETF. I do think they underestimated how much liquidity was added, how large percentage of supply was added by institutions. They underestimated it. They underestimated how hard for them it would be to move the assets with institutions on board. That's why we are seeing the agony. That's agony right now. Things like this will not be happening moving forward. Industry is becoming more regulated. They cannot be doing certain things already because SBF is in jail, CZ is in jail. They cannot be doing these things already, and they are doing it whilst they can. In the last 2 weeks, whilst they still can be doing these things. Well, this is my overview. I do expect a reversal from $34,000 on BTC as a bottom. We will be seeing. I'm keeping my assets. I was not selling anything. I re-entered my big time loan. I bought $52,000 worth of end-to-end blast yesterday. I am max longing good fucking assets. Thank you very much for watching this video. I will be seeing you tomorrow.